do me a favor, while we are waiting to go live, can you take out your packets? We're only doing a very short little part of that. So, good afternoon, everyone. My class is getting their packets out, as all classes need to do the same thing. And also, do me a favor, close your Chromebooks. So teachers, can you make sure every student closes their Chromebooks, because some things have been posted and we're not going to do those early. We're going to follow along. Okay, so Chromebooks are closed. Thank you very much, everyone. All right, teachers, by now you should have had a chance to watch the Brain Pop. My class has opted to go first. Okay, so on the live document, when it's your turn, it'll go Mrs. Walter, Mrs. Gruberic, Mrs. Potter, and Mrs. Hughes. I need each one of you to provide a question. I'll remind you which question is yours. All right, my class. You ready? Okay. Which word best describes the population of New France in 1750? What describes the population? We're going to kind of compete with the other classrooms here. All right, so what do you got? Who wants to provide the answer? Okay. All right, let's go with, what do you think? A, dense. Is anyone second that one? I'm only going to click on it if you agree. Just like the other, I see some people doing this. All right, dense. So new. First of all, what does dense mean? What does dense mean, Henry Ford? Okay, say it again. Quite a bit of stuff in one area. Okay, quite a bit of stuff in one area. All right. So New France. It was a lot of space. Okay, so I'm not trying to change your answer. I'm just trying to get you to think out loud. Neil Armstrong? Okay, so thank you for being patient out there. My class is debating sparse or dense. I need a tiebreaker here. Okay, let's see here. Why did I forget? Sally Ride. You think it's sparse? All right, I'm going to go with one. We got one dense and two sparses. I'm going to go with sparse. You agree? Yeah. Okay. Whew. Sweet salad dressing. Here we go. Mrs. Walters' class. This one is yours. So send me the message if you could. And I'm going to get rid of me. Okay. So, Mrs. Walters' class, I need you to send me this message. I know we have kind of a delay here, but my students, you could, by the way, my students, you should pay attention to this too, because this is a bonus Brain Pop in today's during today's work time. So pay attention to the answers. Easy points here. All right, Mrs. Walter is going to provide an answer hopefully soon. How many of you know the answer for this one? How did the French attitude toward the Indians differ from the British attitude? Okay, French attitude versus British attitude. Okay. All right, Mrs. Walter has provided an answer. She believes it's A. All right. We have a score of 1-1 here. All right, I'm not competitive, am I? Mrs. Gruberic, this one's yours. Which of the following American states was once part of New France? New France. We have, according to the map, New France and the territory of Louisiana. Okay, Mrs. Gruberic. We can wait. My class, do you know the answer? Don't say it too loud. You know the answer? Is it up there? Okay. What's that? Here comes Mrs. Gruberic's answer, I believe. So, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Anyone having pizza? Most likely. Chicken nuggets? We have an answer. Mrs. Gruberic has indicated that the correct answer is C, Ohio. Ooh, Ohio River Valley. That was a disputed area, so makes sense to me. Boom. We have a score of 1-1. Mrs. Potter is up to bat, and then Mrs. Hughes. Your class should be warming up in the bullpen right now. Okay. Oh, Mrs. Potter, this one might take some time. These ones are always the trickiest one. Push the following events in sequence. Okay. A. William Pitt rises to power in Great Britain. B. France destroys British forts. C. The British capture Montreal. Okay, Mrs. Potter. We're going to give them some extra seconds here. I know it's so random. It's so random. Thank you for being patient and respectful. While you're waiting, you can make sure that you're done with your the back of the maps. Okay. Everyone, you can probably take notes on these because when you take the quiz on these, you have 3 correct answers so far. All right. Mrs. Potter is about to give an answer. This is a tricky one, so I get it. We have an answer, okay? What do you think they answered? What do you think Mrs. Potter sent to me? What do you think, Steve Jobs? A? Okay. They indicated D, B-A-C. B happened first, A happened second, C happened third. All right, let's see. Nice. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Mrs. Hughes, I know you're warming up in the bullpen. Why was George Washington sent to Western Pennsylvania? This is before the Revolutionary War. Okay. Anyone want to make a prediction what the Hughes squad is going to do? And she and her class are about to leave the bullpen. They're about to run across the outfield onto the infield. I appreciate everyone's patience out there. By the way, anyone have a prediction what Mrs. Hughes' class is going to give us? Her class will give us which answer? They must be really debating it. They took it to a focus group. What do you think? Okay, Mrs. Hughes, I believe they're just taking their time. They want to make sure they get it correct. And the answer is in. You want any predictions? Yes, Steve Jobs. Okay, you believe it's C. You believe Mrs. Hughes and her class and her squad? Okay, and she indicated D is the answer. Oh, nice. We have a 5-way tie here. I guess we'll have to arm wrestle for it. All right. Okay. Thank you, teachers out there, for participating. Your students now have 5 answers for one of the bonus brain pops. All right. Moving forward. Here we go, everyone. I wanted to quickly show you, Mrs. Walter. This is second best. Mrs. Walter was actually quite upset that we're not watching or listening or reading Sign of the Beaver today. But here's second place. Yesterday, there were so many things introduced during chapter 23 that I thought we need to visualize the learning. Okay, can someone please read that top picture? Yes, Henry Ford, read it for us, please.
In the past, Matt shot a muskrat.
There's a muskrat. I see these. I live near Carthage College, and they're near the river. They're everywhere. Okay, Matt trapped a fisher. Fisher's not a fish. It's kind of related. I believe it's in the very close to the weasel family, like a ferret. Okay. Matt witnessed a caribou moving through the woods. Looks a lot like a reindeer, doesn't it? I looked this one up. There's a difference between Maine caribou and like Wyoming caribou. Okay, one animal is much bigger than the other. Okay. On a shelf there was a birch basket of cranberries. All right, he was really looking for something to eat, okay, and he wanted some meat. This was second best. Can someone please read this one? Matt's breeches were falling apart. Okay, you ever seen anyone wear pants like these? Those very short pants. Okay, high socks, short pants. Okay. He whittled out 4 wooden trenches. Okay, these are used in his case for eating. Okay, maybe Captain Crunch. For Sarah, Matt made a corn husk doll. All right, that's as good as it got back then. Okay, you were manufacturing your own dolls of the corn husk. All right, so we're visualizing the learning. By the way, many of these words are going to be on the list for the final vocabulary list for this story. Moving forward, here we go. Please find that page. It's in your packet. The packet of good stuff. All right. I wanted to end up, and I completely forgot to tell you, the West Indies would be the islands, okay? Columbus thought he was in India, West Indies, okay? 2 of these islands are still controlled by the French. And then there is one way up here, northeast Canada, tiny island that's also controlled by the French. Okay, still controlled by them. All right, please flip the page over, and you may take these notes from yesterday. What was the name of the largest French colony in the West Indies? Okay, 2 answers for this one. Back then, this is what it was called. Saint-Domingue, and today it's called Haiti. They still speak French in Haiti. That's pretty awesome that all 5 classrooms got the questions correct. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, number 2. When was Louisiana returned from the Spanish to the French rule? 1799. Okay. Spanish gave it back to the French. And they only had it for 4 years after that. Because in 1803, the United States government bought the territory of Louisiana, tripling the size of the country. And number 3, I'm getting tired of my own voice. Who'd like to read number 3? All right, here we go. Is your hand up? No. Yep. Here we go. Let's go with Alexander Hamilton. Okay, New France. All right. For number 4, you have 3 options. What territory in North America remains French today? And they're all island territories as well. Number 1 is one answer. Number 2 is a separate answer. Number 3 is a separate answer. Yes, Pele. Okay, that's what you have number 1 on yours? Okay, yeah, there's 3 choices for this one because according to this map, there were 3 territories that are still French controlled. So I thought, okay, it says territory. Pick one of these as your answer. Doesn't matter. I think number 1 was probably the most popular one. Okay, so these are the 3 choices for your answer. All right, any questions before I move on? Students, I hope most of you have this done. If not, I hope you're fast at taking notes. All right, moving forward, during work time today, sorry I'm moving quickly. We talked about you doing this geography check-in. I will give you a huge hint here. Every question that you will see, every question you've seen before. All right? You've seen all these questions before. It's just all multiple choice. There's no typing the answer. Looks like we've already got one person who has completed it. Okay? Everyone, I need you to close your Chromebooks. Everyone out there in learning land, please close your Chromebooks. Okay? Because here's the thing. When you get done early, and you will get done early before the CNN 10 video at 3 o'clock. It's not checkout time. It's not talking time. Okay, it's not wasting my neighbor's time. In your Google Classroom, okay, here's the number one requirement. You must finish packet pages 25, 20, 22, 25, and 28. I repeat, 22, 25, and 28. We've already started them. It's just a matter of you finishing them. If you get done with that, so I'm going to go backwards a little. Ready? Geography check-in. Go to here, and you have the required work, and then I would like you to take these options. We have 4 awesome Kahoots, and I'll read them to you. We have colonies, French and Indian War, colonial American history, Ben Franklin, because of language and because of history, and Wisconsin geography. Okay? Then there are 5 bonus, and I would recommend these bonuses to these people who sort of didn't do much work last week. Okay? I would highly recommend these bonuses. Lewis Clark, chocolate, French and Indian War, biography, because you are doing biographies for language, and geography map skills. Chocolate is on there because of the Columbian Exchange. Okay? Any questions? And then at 3 o'clock, after you've done an awesome job quietly working, your teachers are going to show you this for the rest of the day. Okay? Any questions before we not check out, before I sign off? My class, any questions? All right. First, second, and then third. Okay? All right, students, have a great weekend. Please check in with me if you have any questions. Check in with your teacher or just check in with me directly. Otherwise, we'll see you Monday. Now, definitely making sure I'm ending it. See that, Sarah? Right there.